Well, I'm about great movies, and he's made an incredible movie. He made it when he was 17 years old. He's an old man at 19.
I know. Phillip, we're talking about you like you're not here, but you... First of all, Wendell Pierce is like a brother to me. New Orleans is my second home, and you drew in all of your love and experience in New Orleans for this film. Take me to that scene. What did that mean to you, that church part of your story?
Yeah, so I grew up in the Baptist church, and so because of that, that led me to Burning Cane, which to me most sort of clearly speaks on the rigid religious convictions that control or kind of govern our community in the rural South, and a lot of the things that are perpetuated within that, whether that be toxic masculinity and some of the pitfalls that come with that, jealousy, insecurity, the cyclical nature of destructive behavior and how vices are passed down so easily in lineage, and then also the dangers of enacting a fundamentalist interpretation of religion.
Let me just say, listen to it, 19. 19 years old. Often when I'm talking to Phillip, I have my dictionary nearby.
Well,
I just...
Beyond the dictionary, how much, not necessarily of the experience because you grew up in Compton, but the reality of the yearning of a creator of content taking on these very difficult subject matters. When they see us, clearly, a revolutionary view of a topic that people thought was closed and put away. He's taking on the church. That's like a third rail. Does that remind you of you when you started out?
I think you know, we couldn't be more different. He started at 17. He made his first film. I made my first film when I was 32, which is very old, and it's like 100 in dog years in filmmaker world. And so, you know, I think the thing that we share is an idea about how to use the cinematic voice, and that we're both making films and thinking about films that have something to say.
But also make us think. I mean, isn't that the power of it?
I think, you know, I'm less interested in what people think. I just want them to think.
Going back just quickly to the success of When They See Us, watching the Golden Globes moment, watching all of the accolades, and knowing that, as you've made the point, this film is not about one actor, one individual. It is the exonerated and the continued conversation. Did you ever imagine it would have this response? 23 million, broke records.
No, had no idea it would have the response that it did. Didn't expect it to resonate, so...
Why not? Because why didn't you think it would resonate in the way it did?
I mean, I didn't think... I mean, Netflix allows the film to be dropped in 190 countries around the world. So when I was making it, I was very focused on the United States. So when I say resonates so deeply, I mean, had no idea that I'd be hearing from people, you know, in hundreds of countries. And the ways that they're interacting with law enforcement, with political hierarchies, with criminal justice, with injustice. So it really highlights the fact that we are the country in the country in the world that incarcerates the most people, America.
Yeah. You know, I was looking back. So I first met Ava. I directed Queen Sugar. Look it up, Google it. Her highly successful
You called a
series.
shot?
I called action and I was done.
Yeah.
But looking at your arc from, you know, as you pointed out, you were a publicist. You forget because you go to the end of the book and you say the book is now this successful trailblazer, but the pages that it took to become the person you are today, from Queen Sugar to independent films to where you are now, blockbuster, when you thought about mapping it out, because you are a deliberate person, did you map it out this way?
No, I didn't map it out at all, but I did know that while it was happening, that every step mattered. I didn't know where the step would lead, but I was very conscious and present in the step that I was in.
Did you know one of the steps had to include talking about more women, directing, diversity? Was that a necessary component?
It was very organic to me because I am those things, and so I was really protecting myself. I was looking at self-preservation. I was looking at the way I felt when I stepped on sets and didn't see other people like me. And so when I got the chance to create my own sets, I made sure that it was very welcoming and had all kinds of people. So it's very organic. I think that that's a great conversation about, you know, what's deliberate and what's organic, and do they have to be separate? I think there's something in being in the moment and being conscious of what you want and need to be the best you can in that moment without necessarily planning it out in advance.
You have one heck of a mentor here. Let me tell you, you've got all this wisdom.